I can definitely take a sigh of relief this week with Ahsoka episode 4. So let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? This is Leo for Leo's Nerd Talk, going over episode 4 of Ahsoka. Now, this episode definitely meets my expectation a lot more than any of the 3 previous episodes, 100%. I am super excited to say that I really enjoyed this episode quite a bit, actually. You know, there's still some things negative that I'll talk here and there, but let's go over some of the positives together, first of all. So first, I thought the action sequences, the lightsaber fight sequences were definitely a lot better. They weren't as clunky as the first couple of episodes were in this show. Ahsoka, I think, does a little bit better in portraying Ahsoka. I'll go a little bit more in detail what I mean by that. I think Sabine is a little bit better in this one as well. She's not as disrespectful. She definitely listens to Ahsoka a little bit more. I think the stakes were a lot higher in this one than in the previous episode. You know, the star map and finding, you know, Thrawn. It's a definitely higher level of stake in this episode that we have here today. And again, the fight sequences between Ahsoka and this kind of like Dark Knight in a way. I don't really know what to really call him. I don't think they ever really give him a name. But this Dark Knight was super epic. It had a really crazy conclusion to that fight that I was not expecting at all. It kind of blew me out of my seats a little bit. And then when he gets over to Stevenson's character, you know, rest in peace. You know, I think he really brings this episode together. I think his performance, his charisma, his demeanor, it feels a lot like, you know, episode 3 with Palpatine and with Sabine, because Sabine gets involved here and there's some kind of conflict that she has between, you know, do I do something for this, you know, dark Sith Lord, or should I listen to my master Ahsoka and not let this star map get into the wrong hands? And she has this whole conflicting, you know, kind of feelings between Ahsoka and wanting to save Ezra, which again give me a lot of the same vibes with episode 3 of Star Wars, where Palpatine is trying to manipulate Anakin into turning over to the dark side because he wants to save Padme. And I had that kind of parallel kind of experience with it, which is honestly super nice to see. I thought that sequence alone was just amazing. You know, it put me back into Ahsoka, and it definitely made me forgive the last 3 episodes of this show. Again, the stakes are super high. We don't really know what's kind of going on right now with Ahsoka. The final scene was really mind-blowing to me. You know, that also threw me out of my seat. That got me super hyped. So I'm really excited to see what's kind of going to happen next in the next few episodes of Ahsoka. The whole thing with the star map, that situation definitely escalated, and it's been pushed forward within the plot. Now, although I thought a lot of aspects of this episode were honestly generally amazing, there were still some things that are, you know, a miss for me, which is fine. It's getting there. It's starting to get there. The rhythm is coming, and I hope it continues on this path and just gets a lot better. Now, one is Ahsoka herself. So I said she's doing a little bit better portraying Ahsoka. I think she did really well in previous shows like The Mandalorian, but I do think in this show, for some reason, her performance is just lacking a little bit. I think her dialogue feels a little awkward. It doesn't come out very sincere, but it's getting better. And also, again, with the lightsaber battles, it's not as clunky. It definitely flows a lot better. I think the choreography is a lot better in this than the previous few episodes. So while it's getting better, there's still some things that I can nitpick here and there, but that's just me being a nitpicky person and trying to look for things that are bad for me. But I'm just trying to enjoy this for what it is, and I think this episode honestly delivered what I was expecting on this one. But besides that, really, there's not too much negative I can say about this episode. I think it did a lot of things well. There's only a few things that I didn't really like, but overall, I think this show is heading in the right direction. And I'm really happy for that, because I want it to be in the right direction, because I need some good Star Wars. You know, ever since Disney kind of took over Star Wars, I'm sure you guys know it's been on this kind of roller coaster where we don't really know where it's gonna head. So with this episode, it's just giving me a little bit of good hope and a new hope, I should say. And I just hope it continues on this track and starting to meet and hopefully exceed my expectations for Ahsoka and any future shows that come to be. So let me know what you guys thought about this week's episode of Ahsoka. I thought it was pretty good. I'd love to hear your comments down below, all your feedback. And again, if you guys like talking about anything, movies, video games, or TV related, consider subscribing down below. Make sure you like this video so I can continue putting these out for you guys. I'm trying to get as best as possible at these videos. And again, this is Leo's Nerd Talk, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you.